Welcome back to another video. I'm Janelle, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some of the very realistic breakfasts that I made and enjoyed this week. You may have noticed I am sitting here at my kitchen table with my plant. Obviously, Janelle, duh. I'd normally be putting a little more effort into these intros, but I hurt my back quite badly. So I'm trying my best to not have to stand for any length of time that is not necessary, so thus I sit. If you have any tips for a lower back injury recovery, hit me up in the comments below. Would love to speed this recovery process up as quickly as possible. So thanks in advance. About those breakfasts, some of them I didn't spend a lot of time, thought, or energy on because I just didn't have the time or I was feeling a little bit lazy. So I'm sure that will appeal to some of you who don't necessarily have a lot of time and just want something that you can make that's quick and easy and delicious. Some of the other mornings I did have time and I felt like, putting in that little extra effort to make myself something a little more fancy, a little more pretty maybe. So, I've got a good variety of recipes to show you. I got 5 in total, so if that sounds interesting to you, stick around and let's just jump right into the recipes. Okay, so breakfast this morning is kind of a mishmash of leftovers. So we've got some leftover chocolate strawberry oatmeal that I made yesterday, and we just had a little extra, so Brad and I are gonna share this, and I'm gonna top it with some fresh fruit. So on this morning, I had extra time and needed to use up some produce before it went bad, so I decided to make a little potato and veggie skillet for Brad and I. It was pretty easy to throw together, and although there's a few steps and it took more time than I usually spend on breakfast, it was really simple and you honestly don't even need a recipe for this kind of meal. I used mushrooms, bell peppers, zucchini, onion, and broccoli because those were just the bits and bobs hanging around in my fridge, but you can use really any veggie you want. Once you've heated up some oil or water in your pan, add in the veggies, stir them a little, cover with the lid, and let them sweat out some of their moisture for about 5 minutes. While that magic is happening, crumble a block of firm or extra firm tofu into a bowl. This adds some good plant-based protein to the dish, making it a more filling meal and also just tastes delicious because, tofu scramble. And then add in some spices for some extra delicious flavor. You can use what I used here or whichever spices you like. Once the spices have toasted for a couple minutes, push the veggies over to one side and then add in the tofu. We're going to season it to make it taste and look kind of like scrambled eggs. I added kala namak or black salt for that eggy taste, some turmeric for a bit of color, and some nutritional yeast for a little bit of cheesiness. And then lastly, add in your cooked potatoes and stir them into combine. At this point, pretty much everything is done cooking by now, so I took this opportunity to add in some final seasonings. I grew up with this stuff. It's a great blend and tastes really good in pretty much everything. I added in some pepper and salt, and that's pretty much it. Hopefully that all looked pretty easy to replicate on your own. Now you can just go right ahead and chow down, or you can bulk it up just a little more by serving it with some greens. Use whatever you like. I happen to have kale on hand. Add some ketchup or hot sauce and green onions if you fancy, and that's it. This was really yummy and was perfect on a colder morning. Makes amazing leftovers too. Let me show you how to use up said leftovers with some easy little breakfast burritos. I wasn't even planning to make this, I just happened to remember I had some tortillas and a few other random things that could go into a burrito. Gotta love a happy accident. Now, let me just say, if you don't have any other veggies on hand and you only use the leftovers and a little bit of vegan cheese, this would still be great. Basically what I'm saying is, you do you, boo. I was feeling just a little extra fancy, so I pulled out my panini press so I could warm it up a little, get a little crispy around the edges. Now please enjoy these satisfying sizzly sounds. This was a very quick and easy 10-minute breakfast that was super yummy and filling. I had it with a little bit of salsa on the side and some fresh fruit, and it was pretty great. Another quick and easy breakfast for you. On this morning, we slept in a little, and by the time we wanted breakfast, it was practically lunchtime, so we had brunch, and waffles just felt right. Let's just jump right into this easy blueberry sauce that I made. All I did was add about 2 cups of blueberries into a saucepan and combine it with tapioca starch to help it thicken, and about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup to sweeten. Next, I cooked it down for about 10 minutes on medium heat until the berries started to get soft and juicy. I added a bit of water as well to prevent it from sticking to the bottom and burning. Once it's all bubbly and liquidy, I added a pinch of salt just to help bring out the flavors a little, and a couple tablespoons of lemon juice for tartness. You can keep the berries mostly whole-ish or mash them up with the back of your spoon for a more muddled texture. So I just popped my favorite brand of vegan gluten-free waffles in my toaster oven and then proceeded to liberally pour that blueberry sauce on top, as you can tell. Next, I added some natural peanut butter on top because now it's kind of like a PB&J waffle, right? So good! And just to make it extra filling and nutritious, I added half a banana and some hemp hearts for, the health, plus a little bit of cinnamon. There you go. Can't even tell that there was ever a waffle under there with all that stuff on top. Of course, I didn't just make one for me, Brad got one too. Except his had sunflower seed butter because he and peanut butter have broken up. My final thoughts, this breakfast was very delicious. 5 out of 5, would definitely make again. Friday was a very busy day, so I only had time to make a smoothie, but it was very big and very good. This one's loaded, you guys, so look out! Rather than bore you by just repeating to you the ingredients on the screen, I'm instead going to walk you through the proper way to load up your blender when making a smoothie so as to not burn out your motor and, just to help everything blend a little easier. It's pretty simple. Always start with your liquids first, then add leafy greens as they catch the blades the fastest. Then add all your bulky fruits and veg, followed by the soft and juicy ones. These aren't like hard and fast rules, but you get the idea. Blend it up once the jug is full, and use the tamper if things aren't moving along very well. There was a lot of veggies packed in here, in my defense. Pause your blending to add any additional greens and frozen fruit on top, which should always be last, and finish her up. P.S. Mint and pineapple are legit my current fave ingredients to add to my smoothies. It is such a good combo. Whew, that was a lot. I need to catch my breath. And there you have it, a big green smoothie that kept me full until lunchtime. And there you go, 5 realistic breakfasts that I enjoyed this week. If any of them sound appealing to you, let me know down below which recipes you're gonna try and make first. And if you have any other suggestions for videos or recipes you wanna see on this channel, just leave them in a comment below. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!